Okay, boys, welcome to OJG Sports. So today, if you're a Spurs fan, you obviously know that Gregg Poppovich, arguably the greatest coach in NBA history, definitely top three, definitely top five coach of all time, he has retired. And it's sad because, obviously, as a Spurs fan, any Spurs fan in the last 20, 30 years only knew Pop as the Spurs coach. And so to see him leave, it's going to be kind of weird. Even seeing guys like Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, even Kawhi when he left, when all of them left, it was one thing, but now that Pop's gone, it's like, man, that's really it. So Gregg Popovich has retired, and I actually made a video on this a while back where I was saying I do think he should retire. It was because of the most recent report of him collapsing at a restaurant, and I was just like, NBA schedule, it's tough, especially as the Spurs. For the Spurs, you're on that rodeo road trip. It's not easy for someone his age, and I just thought he should take care of his health and put that number one priority. And so I'm glad he has retired in the sense that I hope that his health is obviously the most thing that's important here. But he's not going to be leaving us completely. He will be moving to full-time team president. So he will still be with the team, and that was the best case scenario. I was hoping he would have some type of role with the Spurs still. Obviously, if his health would allow him to do it. And so that's his new role for the Spurs. So he's not leaving us completely, but I knew it was coming. I think a lot of Spurs fans knew it was coming. And so he's stepping down. And so initially when my dad sent me this, I was like, okay, so who are we going to get? I had a list. I was like, okay, Mike Malone. We got Taylor Jenkins. We got, screw it, even Becky Hammon would be a shout. Mike Budenholzer. But no, the Spurs immediately hired Mitch Johnson as the head coach. And I don't want to act like it's the worst possible news. It's like the worst coach we could have gotten, even though I couldn't name you another coach that I would be more upset with. Merely because I did not like a lot of things Mitch Johnson did last season as the head coach, or as the interim head coach, excuse me. And granted, yes, it was his first time being a head coach. He seems to be like the Gregg Popovich successor. He kind of seems to be the chosen one. That's why he was picked to be interim head coach over guys like Brown, who also is on the coaching staff and had head coaching experience prior. But for me personally, I felt like Mitch Johnson, a lot of times he did not call timeouts when there needs to be timeouts called. Situationally, there were some things I didn't agree with when, like, you take Jeremy Sohan out of a game and put Chris Paul in the fourth quarter, when neither provide you offense, but one is clearly a better defender. And that mainly it was rotations and stuff like that. And for me, it was just like, why couldn't we have gotten someone more seasoned, even someone like Mike Budenholzer, give him the chance to steady the ship and give Mitch Johnson, keep his spot as assistant on this team, give him time to grow and learn from what he did this year, and maybe in the future he can be the head coach. But no, the Spurs didn't see it that way. And honestly, like, Taylor Jenkins was probably my personal favorite for the Spurs to go and get. But no, they didn't even want to give him a chance. Like, surely you have to be really confident in Mitch Johnson if on the day that Popovich announces his retirement, you immediately hire him. I didn't think Mitch Johnson had many offers or had that much interest from other teams around the league. Maybe there was, and maybe that's something I don't know. And in that case, it makes sense for why they would want to lock him in immediately. But my thing is, you can't even give Taylor Jenkins a call and just give him an interview. You can't give Mike Budenholzer, Mike Malone a chance, Becky Hammon. You can't give any of these guys a chance. Really, like Mitch Johnson, you saw enough from him last year where you were like, you know what, for sure, he's our guy. We're going to lock him in right now on the day of. it just I was shocked honestly that it was that quick. Um, it didn't shock me that they chose Mitch Johnson. It seems like that's kind of Gregg Popovich's guy, but it was shocking that they decided immediately the day of, okay, let's just lock him in. So I don't know. Either the Spurs really like him, Pop really likes him, maybe Wemby really likes him, the team really likes him. But and for me as a Spurs fan, obviously I hope I'm wrong. I hope Mitch Johnson proves me wrong. But I just didn't see enough from him last year to where it's like, okay, you know what, we need to bring him back ASAP. And I just thought there were better head coaching candidates out there, like Taylor Jenkins. I thought he would have been better. I think Mike Malone would have been better. I think Mike Budenholzer would have been interesting. I don't know if he would have been better than Mitch Johnson, but I think he would have been a safer, better long-term solution in the sense that obviously he's older, but he would be the coach, and then obviously Mitch Johnson would be the assistant. Take more time to prepare to be a head coach because last year it just seemed like I didn't think he did a really good job personally. And again, maybe there's more things going on, like Chris Paul being in the starting lineup with De'Aaron Fox. Maybe that wasn't a decision out of his control. But I don't know. Hopefully, he proves me wrong. I'm hoping Mitch Johnson does. If you're a Spurs fan, let me know what you think about it. What you think about Poppovich retiring. What do you think about the Spurs hiring Mitch Johnson? What coaching candidates did you want to see and are sad that you're not going to be able to see? Or maybe you like Mitch Johnson and maybe he'll prove you right and prove me wrong. But yeah, that's it for today. We'll see what else the Spurs got going on soon. I know the draft lottery is coming up May 12th. So that's something I would like to do a live for. Figure that out. Let me know down below if y'all want to see me do that.